this. You gotta get somebody to fix it.
I'm pretty sure I marked on your sweater.
I think somebody in the wardrobe department can fix it.
Yeah, when my pen moved over.
And look, you poked a hole.
There's a hole over there, and I made a mark.
Your pen poked a hole. It was like 3 inches wide.
I don't know about it. Hey, everybody, welcome to Grown Man Record Night. We appreciate you joining us. You only get one GD Friday night a week, and why don't you spend it with the Stream Team?
The Stream Team?
The #1 USA Stream Team for Olympic time. Stream Team.
Up top.
Yeah, like the Dream Team. I'm rhyming it to that. That's the joke. That's the joke. So, you know, we do this little live program every Friday night. We're live, just like sports.
For as live as we can be.
Yeah, we're as live as we can be for a Friday night.
For as long as we can be.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But every Friday night we do this live program here on Ustream /channel. Ustream.tv/channel/Machete Miller, and we broadcast music for hours and hours, Steve. And then in the middle of that, we do this little circle church that we like to call the Grown Man Record Night program. Mm-hmm. And then these programs will end up on the on our YouTube channel.
Okay.
Now our YouTube channel is youtube.com/Machete Miller, and on this YouTube channel, that's where these shows end up. And we've got a lot of new subscribers and a lot more people checking us out. I'm meeting lots of cool folks and people that have lots of interesting records.
Yeah.
The VC is a very, very cool thing. Not VC, very cool.
People are coming from all around.
All around, across the world, across the globe.
I think this is actually getting outside of North Carolina.
Absolutely. I mean, hell, we ain't got but one damn stoplight right up the road now. And the Hardee's, we got us a damn Hardee's. Now, you want you a biscuit? Shit. Shit. So anyhow, that's what we appreciate all our new subscribers checking us out, and a little interaction, a little internet friends.
Yeah.
How about that? Internet friends.
We've got a live studio audience.
We got a live studio audience. The audience is packed. We've made some chicken enchilada dip. Got some freshly fried homemade chicken nuggets, nice and crispy. Oh, lots of things going on, man. I'm already like, kind of want to lay down on the floor and go sleep a little bit.
But that's what happens on a Friday.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's how you live up your life on a Friday night. That almost rhymed. I'll think about it some more. Speaking of local business, wanted to mention that we're going to a record show tomorrow. There's one in Winston-Salem for our local people.
If you can get up.
Yeah, if you can get up, local folks in Winston-Salem.
Speaking of biscuit, get you a biscuit and head to the record show.
Yeah,
where is it at? It's in Winston-Salem.
Winston-Salem at the Marketplace Mall. Starts at 10 a.m., stays up until 6.
It's off Peters Creek, in case you've forgotten.
That's exactly right. And
it's one of those shopping centers, like, you know it's there, and then you
had better days.
You forget it's
probably
there.
Better days.
The neighborhood's been better.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's going to be a cool record show, and it's a weird deal.
I find it interesting if you look up the hill behind that Marketplace Mall. There's a road up there. There's a bridge, and there's a titty club that's like right above Marketplace Mall.
I don't. Is that what you really call them?
Yeah,
mixed company and all.
Anyway, I just find it interesting. There's one.
You can climb the hill
over you
if you can make over you.
I like your choice of music tonight.
Yeah, this is good. We're going to start. Man, everybody knows YouTube's a little bitch sometimes about what you play behind if you're doing some business. Yeah. And
they have very, very intelligent filters that they use.
Robots.
The robots are very smart these days.
They're very smart, and I don't mind them when they say, "Hey, we identify you're playing this. Here's a link if you want to download it on Amazon or iTunes." Mm-hmm. That's great. That's what it's all about. If you've never heard something, we're playing something. Cool, go do that. That's the idea. But when we're doing these segments, we play music behind us here, and we keep it kind of low so we don't get popped, and then we still get popped sometimes.
Right.
So we try to play weird stuff. It's actually pretty interesting. Right now, what the hell is this we're playing?
It's Mantovani.
Mantovani. And Memories. It's just something we pull out of the kind of random stack.
I hear people saying, like back in the 70s, like, going to have a highball and put on a Mantovani record. It has that kind of thing going on, that silky smooth.
Well, it's kind of cool, and it's kind of a thing that we've developed over time, is that we kind of have to makeshift when we're doing the program and put a kind of a weirdo record on just to keep us from getting popped. And it's actually turned into kind of a cool little deal on what we end up pulling.
Are we dark?
And putting on there. What's all that dark business?
Are we dark?
There we go. It was a cord business. Wow.
Thanks.
Jeez.
On the scene. On the scene, yeah.
This is sweet.
Wow.
I'm throwing up. I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up. When we went dark, I'm throwing up. I don't care, Steve. I'll throw up.
But see, we're the dark horse in the ratings race.
That's inappropriate. We are going to make it on the Nielsen Diary.
We are.
Somebody that is a Nielsen family has said that they will contribute. And
because this is what they watch.
This is what they watch on Friday night.
Friday night.
Do something about it. Call somebody.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Do something. Okay, so we're going to check out the record show. Speaking of the record show, a very weird situation earlier. I accidentally called a DJ friend of mine, DJ84.
You butt dialed
guy
him.
named Lee. I butt dialed him. I hadn't talked to him in a couple of years, and he called me back like I was like, oh, it's Lee. I was like, why is he calling me? And then I thought maybe he's a club DJ, so I thought maybe busted a cartridge and like calling everybody he knew that may have a cartridge. Not that I'm some hot club DJ, but I may be some one dude that he may know that have a cartridge or something if he's messed up.
He wasn't a DJ in the Elves.
No. That was Scoop.
Okay. Oh.
Or Dave up at
okay.
Brewer's Kettle. But, and so we picked up the phone and just kind of reconnected. Yeah. Lee's going to actually be playing up there, DJ84, at Brewer's Kettle, a thing called Slip Mat Saturdays. Where? Second Tuesday of every month at the Brewer's Kettle. The High Point's only good beer store.
Yeah.
I say that sitting here drinking a Pabst Blue Ribbon, but it's the place you go where you really want good beer.
I found a really decent place in Winston, but
yeah.
It's nice to have one local.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyhow, he called me and back, and we ended up talking. He's going to come to the program one time, talk about a little bit what it's like to be out on the scene nowadays, DJing like every week. He's got gigs like every week, and so it'll be cool to sit down. He's got a hell of a record collection. He's going to be up at the record show tomorrow, and so we'll probably connect with him tomorrow when we go up there. We're going to try to get up with Chris from Dixieland Farm, who's a big VC guy.
So he's got a farm.
He's got a farm, and you go up there and ride horses and stuff.
Horse farm?
Yeah. No, there's some horses out there, from what I can tell, and so anyhow, we're looking forward to getting out there with him, maybe hooking up with him a little bit. It's cool to meet new record buddies.
Right.
Yeah. So, well, that's cool. It was crazy. Lee called me, so he's going to come on the program one of these times when he's not doing, or we'll go up and shoot a segment maybe on the scene if can't get him to come on a Friday night because I know that's tough for a DJ, man. That's prime DJ territory, so I don't want to pull him away from that cash money.
Right. That
cash money, man. You gotta make that cash money. Let's talk a little bit about cartridges, Steve.
Cartridges.
I'm getting toward the end of both my cartridges.
You've been talking a lot about cartridges.
I've been talking a lot. I've been doing a lot of research.
You've been talking to people?
I've been talking to the people. I've had some suggestions.
Was that a cartridge?
Because here's the deal.
Went flying through the air.
That's a cartridge case. That's
one
of
the like that.
Yeah, that's a cartridge case.
I have cartridge.
But we're getting toward the end of the ones we got here, and I'll tell you, these are budget cartridges, man. There's no other way to describe it.
Well, it's your standard out the door.
Yeah,
cartridge.
There's nothing wrong with it. Well, we've had good runs with them because we play a couple of nasty records here and there. So you don't want to put some really super dank stuff on there.
Is that a Shure cartridge?
These are Newmark cartridges. Newmark cartridges.
Okay.
So I'm in the market for a couple of new ones, and I've had some recommendations, like the Shure M97 XE, which is the cool big one. It's got the little brush that comes out.
Brushes on the
Jonathan from Underdog had recommended that. It looks like a pretty good cartridge. Gets really good reviews. Dr. Deadwax said the Nagota, I hope I'm saying that right, MP110, said it's been around since the 80s. Said it's a legit cartridge. It withstood the test of time. That he said they work really well with Technics 1200s. It's not what we got, but I'd put it in the same kind of family, sort of a clone. And so I got some Stanton tables here. So but that kind of leads us into my main concern here, and that is what we do. We have two turntables here at Grown Man Record Night, and we switch from record to record.
Right.
And I do a little bit of sometimes on a Saturday night I'll get a little drinky on, and I'll come in here and think I'm DJ Quick Stop and do something about it on there. But that's very few and far between. But mainly what I'm concerned with is during the show I do a lot of back cueing.
Sure.
Now everybody knows for your good audiophile type cartridges, back cueing and all that kind of business is not so good for them. You really need like a DJ cart to do that without messing up your stylus.
Sure.
So, yeah, and I'm taking this into consideration. I'm just trying to save time. I'm just trying to save time.
Now you
cart.
By
Yeah.
And now this.
So anyhow, our good friend Sean from New Jersey.
What are you talking about?
Cartridges. Carts. It's all about carts tonight. Sean from New Jersey had recommended, said he picked up the Shure White Label, which is a DJ cart.
Okay.
And he's really happy with it. Said he really did his research on it. So I may be kind of leaning that direction.
How much will that put you back? Because you're getting 2 of them, right?
It looked about $89 a piece. And it seemed to be really decent. And I don't want to have to give up the way that I queue up records to make the show go as smoothly and as quickly as we make it go now. I mean, we're not perfect all the time, but I think we do a pretty good job, and I don't want to have to play the game and be afraid to get up there and spin it backwards. And
Right.
So I'm thinking a DJ cart. Plus, I kind of like to mess around. And Dr. Deadwax even said if you do even the least bit scratching, you're going to look for a DJ cart. Now, I mean, I kind of knew that, but at the same time, I was like, oh, well, really? Is it really going to mess it up? Some people say otherwise, but I don't want to spend a bunch of money and just screw stuff up.
Right.
Anyhow, so if you guys have recommendations, some of the other ones I've heard, the Ortophone Red, the 2M Red, that's kind of in that same price range. I've heard that. I think Michael Cool rocks that. I don't know. I've heard that, or the Audio Technica stuff is also out there. So I don't know. If you've got a recommendation, hit us up. Leave us a comment on the YouTube or hit us on the social stream if you're here live with us. So we're not going to go too late tonight because we're going to go to that record show tomorrow. That's another thing. So we're going to keep it kind of short. Broadcast.
Throw people out of here.
Yeah. Start lighting shit on fire. That's what we do. Okay. Let's go to what we played this evening.
Okay.
Started out with one of my favorite recent jazz pickups of the past 6-8 months. Cal Collins, Cracked Rib with the Steve Smith Trio. Got one of the coolest covers we've ever had here on the show. Look at that. A plate of ribs and some French fries. Come on, man. Ribs and fries. Everybody loves it. Had a little Rush 2112 we rocked right after that. Can't go wrong with that at all. And it's been a while since I played some Rush. Got into a discussion today about some Rush, and they were very fast to embrace the digital domain, so to speak. And Geddy Lee at least doesn't speak very highly of analog and vinyl and stuff like that. Anyhow, that's what the discussion was about. Great record though, nonetheless.
That's awesome.
Followed that up with Best of John Coltrane. Hadn't played this in a while since I picked up.
Control.
Yes, this is a 1970 Atlantic. It's an Atlantic Jazz Anthology series, not serious. It's got some. It's great best of Coltrane. Got my favorite things. Got Central Park West. It's got what's the one? Our intro song we were talking about.
Song?
Yeah, what's it called? Giant Steps. That's what we're talking about. Got some great hits on it. It's been a while since we played that. What'd you follow that with, Steve?
Then we followed it with Camper Van Beethoven.
Oh yeah, man.
Our beloved Revolutionary Sweetheart from '88. I actually bought that new in '88. I've had it for a long time.
'88. I don't. I've never heard that before. That was a really cool album. That was a big hit in the house.
Yeah. That's a good, nice.
I want to look more into Camper Van Beethoven. I think that's
college
some cool
rock
shit.
from the mid late '80s.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Hey, I hit it off with a little DJ Shadow.
David Lowery cracker. Yeah.
Little DJ Shadow introducing, just to keep the party moving. Can't help but play that every now and then. Mm-hmm. Hit off a little Curtis Mayfield. Got to find a way. Only the second or third time we've played this on the show. Really funky offering from Curtis Mayfield. That was all. I picked that up for a song, and it was fantastic business.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Then
your turn, Steve. What did you play after that?
Well, after that, we played. It's called Your Album from 1969. It's the James Gang.
Your Album,
and it's a really, really great album. It's on the Blues Way. Hey, open it up. You got to show them the gatefold.
Yeah, Gatefold City.
It's pretty wild. It's kind of that late '60s psychedelic, just almost Crumb style cartooning.
That's cool, man.
Really cool. Yeah.
That was a great record. I was really impressed with that. I've got some
it's a
James
little
game.
scratchy, but it's pretty.
I've found James game
nice
to be
to
kind of
have.
hit or miss sometimes, but that seems to be that's
This
early.
is the one.
Is that the first one?
Joe Walsh isn't always in it, but that's Joe Walsh down in the corner with the red vest on, from the Eagles fame, of course, the solo. He's actually the man who introduced Jimmy Page to the Gibson guitar. He gave him his first Les Paul.
What was Jimmy playing before that?
Telecaster.
Yeah?
Yes.
I can't imagine Jimmy with a Telecaster.
He plays Telecaster. That's the solo on Stairway to Heaven, is on Telecaster.
Okay. Okay, all right. He just doesn't, he would look funny on stage with one, to me. I don't know, in my head.
Played Dan Electro when he's playing slide.
I've seen that now. Yeah. All right, hey, we found, this is a great Zappa record. This is Sleet Dirt, one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really funky stuff, and I don't remember much about this. 1979.
Anybody do a mic check?
Yeah.
That's great. That's a fantastic record. And that was the last thing we played before we came into the old show here and started jumping into our whatever the hell we're listening to now. Mantovani. Still.
The smooth sounds of Mantovani.
I tell you what, let's take this old Jello shot while I'm talking about this. Now this.
I've already fingered mine.
Finger it, Steve. Come on, Steve.
Get it.
So,
Come on, Steve.
if you guys are familiar with the Numero Group, the Numero Group is a fantastic archivist label out of, I think it's Chicago, I believe.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they've been very instrumental in re-releasing things that, here's the Numero. Good Jello shot. They've been very instrumental in re-releasing records from very small labels, very small scenes across the country.
Right.
From the 60s, like soul and gospel to funk. And they've dove into the rock area. And it's cool, they'll do like a gospel, it was a really small movement, like I think in Memphis, called it was a gospel funk thing going on.
Okay.
And so they re-released stuff on 45, just like it was originally intended. They've got all these different collections you can buy.
Yeah.
Eccentric Soul is one of the best ones.
What's the company again?
The Numero Group.
The Numero Group.
And so they have this new release coming out that is centered around like early 70s stoner rock, kind of hard rock.
Are those the ones that did the country funk album?
No, I don't think they did country funk. But
because they missed the mark on that.
They have re-released a lot of like in the bands in the trend of Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, that grungy early stoner rock from the early 70s. Bands that maybe were popular regionally but never really quite caught on. So they've re-released this, but they not only re-released this,
Come on, Silverchair?
Yeah, exactly. Hip Fat Man! But the thing also comes with a board game that's very rooted in like Dungeons and Dragons type shit.
The D&D fans that love stoner rock would really be in there.
Absolutely. So they're writing a hard rock compilation called Warfaring Strangers Dark Scorched Canticles. That's the name of the album. It's double LP. Collects tracks from obscure 70s rock bands inspired by Dungeons and Dragons, Tolkien, and other mythical, wizardly things.
The artwork's great. It's like the early...
We got some of that. We're going to show it for the game here in just a second. But
what do I know?
What do you know about it, Steve?
Spring this story on me. I didn't see this in the morning meeting.
It comes with the a D&D style board game called Cities of Darkscorch. It's out on the compilation is out on March 4th, while the board game's released May 30th. And it's got all these bands on it: Air, Wrath, Stonehenge, Triton Warrior, Junction, Stone Axe, Wizard, Stoned Mace, and Arrogance. And that's cool. Let's take a look at some of the. This is some of the artwork that comes along with the board game. That's the board game's main title right there.
So the object of the game,
right next to
object of the game, it has something to do with the music too.
Yeah. Now look at that. Let's see that map. That's a really like a D&D style, map. I guess campaign map. And then look at some of the actual little individual things that you'll get within the game. They're sized all weird. I don't know what that deal is, but what does that say? Yeah, it's kind of like a playing card. It'll say like guitar, and so it's like D&D, but like
it's a campaign based on your ability to do something with music or something.
Yeah, it has to do with music, and Satan's name is throughout it. And, but anyhow, you can pick up the double LP with the game, I guess, in May, and that's going to be $100. Ooh, that's kind of steep.
But you know, games like that are expensive. I've got Talisman, which is a great board game if you want to play. If you ever play D&D and you want to play a board game, make it a lot easier on you. Talisman's a great one to pick up. But it's like you just got to spend $60 on it.
Yeah, and that kind of leans to this because if you just want the double LP, which I'm sure the bands are pretty cool too, you can go and sample them on their website. 2 LPs, $25, which is pretty standard. So the rest of that is for the game. Right. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let's take this opportunity to roll into our Dig of the Week segment. Okay. Now, this is a little different segment of Dig of the Week for me, at least, because I didn't actually go out into the stores this week because I knew we were going to the record show on Saturday, right? So I didn't want to spend a bunch of money out on the stores and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So I decided to pull a few things from my collection that maybe deserve talking about a little bit more, revisit stuff that we've not talked about in a long time. Actually, one record that I actually had a couple of questions from our viewers out there about, and which led me to look up a little more information about it. And so I'll tell you what, you actually did get out into the stores.
I did today. Well, I got out last week once because I didn't come here last week. I took the weekend off.
Snow day.
Oh, was it sabbatical?
Yeah.
I had a sabbatical.
It was a snow day.
But it was Valentine's, and I did get a gift for my wife, which was, I could go out and spend a little money on albums, and I appreciate that. It was a wonderful gift.
Absolutely.
What did I pick up that day? Oh, I did.
What did you pick up that day, Steve?
Went to Underdog and got 3 records.
Okay.
We got ZZ Top's first album.
Solid.
It's a London issue, which is original, from '69, I think, or 60. Yeah, the 1960s. Uh-huh. Yeah. No, it's 71. I'm sorry. London Records, 71. The funny thing about this album is the drummer is Rube Beard.
Yeah.
On the second album, his name is Frank Beard, and the rest of the album it's Frank Beard, but his original name is Rube Beard on that record.
And he's the only one that doesn't have a beard.
It's a great record. He doesn't have a beard.
He's the only one that doesn't have a beard.
Never had a beard. Got their second album, Rio Grande Mud.
Oh yeah.
Rio Grande Mud.
That just sounds like it built.
That's a Warner Brothers reissue, but that's their second album. I was really glad to pick that up too. But last but not least, on that day, we got the Book of Taliesin of Deep Purple from 1968, and I believe this is an original. It's a Tetragrammaton release.
I heard this record in Earshot. There were dude in there was playing it. I'm pretty sure that was it. And I was digging through records, and I turned around. I was like, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Dude, it's Deep Purple." And I'm like, "What?" And
That's
it didn't.
Heavy psych days.
That one really didn't. Wasn't familiar with that.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. He said it was kind of hard to find. So
I was glad to pick it up.
Yeah. Hey, we got a little deal. I played a record last night. What you know about T-Bone Burnett?
I think he produces stuff a lot.
Uh-huh.
I think he produced a recent documentary done down in Cuba.
Okay. Cuba.
With the Buena Vista Social Club.
This is a T-Bone Burnett album that I have. It's 88 on CBS. The Talking Animals. Now we played this last night from my collection. Cameraman's actually really interested in this record, to where we may end up talking a little trade business about it. I don't really know what we got to talk about. We'll look into it. But it was interesting enough to where, and we've not talked about it, and I know a lot of people know about T-Bone Burnett, and it's something you find for not too much money.
I don't know much about it.
It's new wave, poppy, 80s.
Okay.
It's a
little on the Pandora channel.
I don't know. To me, my only beef with it, it's a little too Pet Shop Boys-ish for me at times.
Yeah, but it changes.
It's got a little too, I'm wearing a fedora like on the back of my head kind of feel to it. But there was some really nice instrumentation, some good song structure in there. I really enjoyed the record, but I wouldn't be opposed to trading for it either. So we'll see about it.
Hey, let me give a shout out to Diva real quick.
That's right, man. We kind of skipped over that.
We didn't skip over it. I brought a couple. I didn't play them, but maybe we'll get one of them on.
We'll play one, Steve.
This is 1980 Freedom of Choice, Warner Brothers, and that's the one that's got "Whip It" on it.
Oh yeah,
and,
I remember hearing that when I was a little bit.
My favorite on there is called "Girl You Want." But this is such a great band. It's a punk band. It's neo-punk, and that's the New Traditionalists. It's got "Through Being Cool," which is a song that's on Heavy Metal. The album. That's the album when the Tarakian walks into the bar to kick some butt before she beheads somebody. She walks into the bar, and the house band is playing for "Through Being Cool."
Oh yeah, that's right. So what's Homeboy's name that died this week?
It's Bob Casale.
Bob Casale.
Guitarist for Devo.
Yep, and
it was a freaky thing. He went in for his stomach, whatever, and
they lost another member like not too long ago, right?
Did they? You know, Mark Mothersbaugh is behind him.
Or maybe I'm pretty sure somebody from Devo passed like later last year.
You know, Devo stands for de-evolution.
I did not know that.
That was their whole thing about the theory of de-evolution, which actually is coming to pass as time progresses.
Let's get out our Ouija board.
Anyway,
we're gonna get out a Ouija board.
I did dig a few records today.
Okay.
Now I didn't research deeply into it because I just got them today, but I thought I would hit this one place because I knew it's going to get hit really hard tomorrow because it's near the record store.
Yeah.
The record sale.
That's right.
But I picked up a Gene Krupa record.
Gene Krupa.
Jerry Mulligan arrangements. I think you have a Jerry Mulligan album.
Yeah, Cameron's got some Jerry Mulligan.
Great drummer, the Verve. This is a Verve record.
Love the Verve. It's my favorite label.
Another Verve record I picked up, which I'm really happy because it's apparently worth some money. This is Jazz Samba, Stan Getz, and Charlie Bird, guitarists and sax players.
Yeah, Charlie Bird's nice.
Very nice. And it's a nice Brazilian style music, jazz. Herbie Mann at the Village. This one's from 1962. It's Atlantic record. Really cool. Now this one I picked up not because Lionel Hampton, because it's not really his record, but check out the vinyl on it. It's called Compositions of Lionel Hampton.
Yeah, pull that
Can you pull the
out.
vinyl out?
Bottom where
he's got it right, actually.
It's split. That's what problem.
Yeah, just split them both.
It's split. All of it split.
Could come out either side.
Either side. Either or.
It's a nice red vinyl.
I know some gentlemen like that.
I don't know. That one actually. Oh, it's 1959 Crown Records. 1959.
Crown Records. That's
but
nice,
I love
though.
Lionel Hampton, and you know, hopefully they do it justice. Last but not least, Billy Preston.
Oh yeah.
This is the album that's got Nothing from Nothing on it.
Oh,
this
that's cool. Look at that cover. Look at the back cover. Yeah. That's cool.
The Kids
man.
and Me, and it's on A&M Records. So I was real happy to pick up those today.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So that's today. You scored that today.
Today, yeah.
Now, what I'm going to do is I've pulled 3 records that we have covered on the show. But like I said, we've got a lot of new subscribers. A lot of these we covered like early on in the game. One we even had a couple questions about a couple weeks ago. So I thought it was worth pulling out, and then we'll see what we pick up from the fair tomorrow. But we actually played this a couple weeks ago and held it up because it's a cool picture from the band. It's a prog band. It looks more psyche than prog, but it's really prog, bro.
What year is it?
This is from. Put me on the spot, Steve.
It's right there.
No, different. Yeah, what is this?
62?
No.
That's about the band. That's right there.
In the Garden is 71. This one actually had a hit on it, but check out this In the Garden. This is a vertical gatefold. Look at that guy in there. And this is a terrific album. Now, if you're not familiar with Gypsy, which I was not when I picked this up, they're from Minnesota. They were the house band at the Whiskey A Go-Go. And most of Gypsy's music was composed and written by guitarist and singer Enrico Rosenbaum.
Oh, wow.
Drummer Bill Lorden went on to play with Sly and the Family Stone for a long career, and Robin Trower.
Okay.
Keyboardist James Walsh continued both in the band and incarnations of the James Walsh Gypsy Band. There's another British band called Gypsy. No relation, Steve.
No relations in either band?
No, from anybody, ever.
Not even third cousin?
Nope, nothing happened. But that's a great record. What label is that on?
Metro Media?
Metro Media.
Go figure.
Pretty. When I looked it up, it goes for kind of a chunk of change, which I wasn't really.
Maybe they're out of Minneapolis. Maybe it's a Minneapolis.
Local Minneapolis
label.
thing? I don't know.
Did you say Minneapolis?
Yeah, I did say. So, you know, cool record. It's cool to revisit that. Gypsy, keep an eye out for it. It's a pretty good record, man. Also wanted to mention this record called, from a group called West, Bruce, and Lang.
As in Jack Bruce.
Yeah, and here's the thing, man. Look at this. Let's hold this guy up. And I'll tell you a little bit about these cats. They're a blues rock power trio formed in '72 by Leslie West, guitarist and vocals formerly of Mountain, Jack Bruce, bass, harp, keyboards, and vocals, ex-Cream, of course, and Corky Lang, drums and ex-vocals, and vocals, ex-Mountain. So you're talking Mountain and Cream supergroup. Mountain Cream.
Well, you know, Mountain was a trio also. So
they were powerful,
they replaced the bass player with Jack Bruce.
Yeah.
And you got that.
There you go. That's it's a great record, and thick and heavy. And you talking about origins of like stoner rock kind of stuff, that, well, just like we were talking about with that Numero reissue, that is some thick tunes. It's heavy, like man.
James Gang.
For something that early, it's really heavy. So anyhow, let's talk about one more record.
Shape, too.
Yeah, it's in great shape. We'll talk about one more record, and this is a record that we played a couple weeks ago. And I bought this for not very much money at a local spot. And we're talking about the Dave Pike set, and the name of the album is Infrared.
Man, I love that record.
Yeah, and it's 72 on BASF.
It's hard to find.
And so Dave Pike's a jazz vibraphonist and marimba player.
You went to bed.
He appears on many Herbie Mann albums, as well as those by Bill Evans, Paul Bley, and Kenny Clark.
Kim Clark?
He's also recorded extensively as a leader, including a number of albums on MPS Records. His move to Europe, he joined MPS Records. No.
Who played with him? Or somebody played?
Herbie Mann.
Herbie Mann played with Dave Pike?
No, Dave Pike played with Herbie Mann. That was one of his first gigs.
Okay.
Sorry, somebody banged like they were on the door. I was freaking out. It sounded like somebody was coming in. Now I've lost my choo-choo train of thought. I've lost my choo-choo train of thought. I've lost no.
Take you a swig.
I'm out of that.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so hey, so Dave Pike moved to Europe. He had a tenure at MPS Records and produced some of the most original jazz of the period. This is why people really sought after his records.
Don't throw it.
With the collaboration, Rain Grenade.
Hey, give me that frog level in there, and don't throw it. It's so big.
Anyhow, he played a bunch of this stuff. Ranges from like experimental jazz, acoustic, electric. I mean, like weird stuff. Psychedelic, avant-garde, all kinds of different stuff. So anyhow, this record is another one. The guys online were asking me about it one night we were playing it, and said, man, I can't find a copy of this for less than $40. I looked it up, and damn thing right. It's like $35, $40. And I didn't pick it up for that, but it's very fantastic record. And I'll tell you, this is the record. I remember doing this. We did this real early, like Grown Man Record Night number 15 or something like that. Yeah. But it's cool. If you look down here where it talks about who plays what on the record, the lineup, Yellowbird, Sandman, Ibags, Heavy Cases, Permanent Miser, and Korn. Those are all listed as instruments.
Herbert Miser?
Vocals and Martinis. Yeah. Economics and Bell. There's Look on the list of instruments. Anyhow, let's take this opportunity to wrap up this edition of Dig of the Week after we show that record. That's all right. All right, we're switching back. Look at that. Yeah, now look at the back. Hold up the lineup where it shows those different instruments on there. It's crazy. So you see it for yourself. See where it says Korn for that? And it's spelled with a K, like the band.
Where? Right there?
The first one. You can see, Steve. Korn. See that? I don't understand it. Okay, so that's our Dig of the Week, folks. We're going to try to get these on and play that for a little bit. And we'll take this opportunity to jump right in to a So to Speak.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to do a So to Speak, and we're going to bring the boss man in and talk about a couple of great sodas we've got. And got to mention, got to mention a guy this evening that really hooked us up this week. And we're talking Bad Benny. Bad Benny hooked us up with not only a bag of chips for Chip Chat, but 4 sodas for Soda Speak. And so we're going to spread it out and spread the love out, but we definitely appreciate him thinking about us when he was out in the field and saw some stuff that he knew we hadn't done that would be beneficial to the Grown Man Record Night initiative here. And so we welcome Bossman to the studio this evening, once again, on a glorious Friday night. For us, so to speak, let's get a cup in here. If we can get a cup or a glass. I mean, I don't know if he's got the scabies or whatnot. I ain't trying to risk it.
I wouldn't risk it, my friend.
No, man.
I wouldn't risk it. I'm in an outbreak. Yeah, you might catch a suit.
Here we go.
That's what you don't want to catch a
So,
suit.
what we're going to start off with tonight, that's a real deal pint glass.
I know.
We're going to start out with here tonight.
This is not a shabby establishment.
No, not at all. Pib Extra. Now, here's the deal. I've always been a big fan of Mr. Pibb, as
really?
I think that Cameraman has as well. The problem is...
You were a Mr. Pibb guy more than a Dr. Pepper guy?
Well, Mr. Pibb was different. You saw Dr. Pepper more, and so when you saw Mr. Pibb,
you know what the deal is?
It was different and it was better in a way. And I'll tell you a cool, quick story. Once when we were kids, youngins, me and Cameraman were wading the creek near my house. This sounds real redneck. Daytona 500 is coming up. We're going to talk about that a little bit. We're wading in the creek, man, and all of a sudden we look over and there's a 16-ounce bottle of Mr. Pibb floating
by.
And we're like, what? It was pretty cool outside.
Yeah.
So we go over and it had never been opened. And it was sitting in the icy cool water. And so we'd been hiking for a while, so we popped it off and sat there and shared it. A cold Mr. It's the best soda I've ever had in my life.
Fizzy, yeah.
That's a real soda speak. Floating right down the creek, just like God said. There you are. Take one of those, man.
Whoa, man. That's a 1 in a million, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's floating right there.
You want me to tell you something about these guys?
Tell me.
These guys, this is, of course, Coca-Cola's version of Dr. Pepper. And when they test marketed this in 1972, they did it in Waco, Texas, which is where they originally...
Branch Davidian.
Well, of course, with David Koresh, but that's where they originally did Dr. Pepper for the first time.
Oh.
So they test market in the original test market for Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
You know, so they could get the real deal OG.
Got a lot of caffeine.
And Dr. Pepper sued the cats.
Really?
And they used to not be Mr. Pibb Extra. Remember, it used to be just Mr.
Just
Pibb.
Mr. Pibb. That's our beef for not...
Oh, because it's... Yeah. Well,
what is that about?
Well, they just did it because it's hardcore, bro. When
Well,
you drink it, don't you feel hardcore?
Well, that's what I'm getting ready to say. The caffeine content, 49 milligrams per 12-ounce can. That's substantial. That's up there close to like a Mountain Dew. That's close to Mountain Dew. Without having the citric acid to rock your teeth off. So let's try it out.
I'm still more of a Dr. Pepper fan, my friend. Because that extra?
That's been a long time since I've had a Pibb.
And an extra at that.
That's pretty good, though.
It's all right.
I'll have to say. I know it's different. It's different than a Dr. Pepper. It's kind of syrupy.
You think it's a lot different?
No, not very. Not very. I remember it being quite a bit more different when I was a kid.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we didn't really have I don't really remember Mr. Pibb that tough up north.
Really weird story. Went camping with a friend of mine up at his grandparents' house in the mountains of Virginia when I was a kid. And every store we stopped at up there to get your cigarettes and your beer and your drinks and whatnot, they sold Bush beer, they sold Mr. Pibb, and that is it. And I am not joking. And I don't mean one store. I mean every store up there. If you drank beer, you drank Bush. If you wanted a soda. So they didn't say, let's stop up at the store for a Coke. They said, you want to stop up there and get us a Pibb? I'm like, this is the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. Why those two brands over everything? But I swear to God, that's all they had in this whole town. And that's all they knew, because that's how they spoke. Let's start the whole show over.
Yeah, let's do a redo.
Okay, kill that. 1, 2, 3, kill your soda. Because I need to fill your soda back up because we're going to talk about another soda here. Cameraman brought these back from an ASP trip. This is an Atlanta soda called Red Rock. Now, interesting, the cola, which is what we had the first time.
Is this
This is grape. This is grape. Yeah, it's cane sugar. The great thing about Red Rock.
God, that's a blue number 1. I'm gonna love it.
I know.
Woo, doggy.
Falling out.
I'm gonna fade out.
Tell us about the blue number 1 situation. What's the problem?
What, with blue number 1?
Because we got like real blue sodas over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
We're not gonna do that.
I know. Hold on, man. Let me drink this. Well, see, this is the deal. Like, one time a few years ago, minding my own business.
Right.
Like I do. I was at a farmer market, local, spending money local, buy local, you know, and the guy was selling ice pops, you know, the icy joints. So I'm like, give me a blue raspberry because, yeah, nice, bro. You know, give me one of them raspberry joints.
Yeah.
So I'm drinking and I'm liking it, and then all of a sudden, I start feeling weird, kind of like heavy in the stomach, like kind of Boone's Farms heavy, like back in the day, Boone's Farms.
Okay, I can understand that.
But then all of a sudden, I'm fading out in my head too, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta go over here and lay down, and then I go like lay down on a grate, you know, and like a whole bunch of time passes.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, it was only like 10 or 15 minutes, but I guess it was like, you know, more like an hour and a half or whatnot.
That's severe.
And I'm all just like,
That's a problem.
Well,
That's a medical emergency.
What?
No, not
you want to miss their bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, what's blue got to do?
So
self-diagnosis is blue, but I mean, I eat blue cotton candy.
And it doesn't bother you.
No way. You know? I look at blue skies.
Hey.
Oh, and one time I came back from washing the car, mad hot in the summer, you know. Oh, what do you know? We got Blue Mountain Dew. So I cracked the top. You know, I got my shirt off. There's like this one thing of sweat going down. The 6-pack. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's like a Marky Mark type shit.
Yeah.
And so
the grind. Welcome to the grind. I'm Eric Neese.
Yeah, exactly. And so I crack it, and the lights just hit me just right, and I fade out because I just like chug half of it, and I'm all like, "Oh, Kimmy, you know, I don't feel so good." Like, yo, it's blue number 1. Oh, blue number 1. Ah. So it's real, man. To people out there that think, I mean, you're not alone.
You should start a support group, man.
I'm out there too. So I mean, if you suffer from the affliction of blue number 1, and even red number 5, you can reach out. I'm here.
I wish you 1s and 5s would stay on your own side of the damn town. That's what I wish. That's what I wish.
Let me finish this.
Yeah, kill it. We've had the Red Rock Original Cola, which was one of the best sodas we had on the program. Good, raw, natural, just good ingredient cola. Just
All
like
day.
sugar and water and, I mean, caramel stuff. So anyhow, it's one of the first beverage companies in the United States.
That is? Red Rock?
Red Rock, one of the oldest. They've been around a long time, out of Atlanta. So this is actually the premium grape, courtesy of Bad Benny. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna pour you.
I think he copped that over in Kernersville.
That's true.
Kernersville, North Cackalack, which is a nice little sleepy little town you can slide through.
Let's hold that bottle up before we take advantage of
I'll
this.
do it. I will.
And see what. Look at that. That's a nice looking grape soda. I've already taken a pull of it with my nose.
Oh, you nose pulled it?
I nose pulled it. It smells fantastic. So
I like the thing in the back. It's just like simple, like just enjoy Red Rock.
Yeah, and I tell
you
you,
got
the ingredient list on this guy here.
What is it? Just straight up?
Carbonated water, 100% pure cane sugar, citric acid, sodium benzoate, a couple of
you need
preservatives.
all that.
Yeah, okay.
You need all that.
All right, let's try this. Cheers to Red Rocks.
That's what I'm talking about. We've done other grapes. We've done the Welch's in the glass bottle.
Good. My favorite will always be the Grapey Co. This tastes a lot like Grapey. Grapey Co. is an Alabama soda that was featured on the program.
Yeah.
This tastes a lot like the Grapey Co. The only thing I would say is different is it's not quite as carbonated, which can be a good thing. It doesn't
Or a
like
bad thing,
make you fill up your gut so fast.
I know. It's not bad, though. It's not bad.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
All right.
Good.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to chug this as we close up this edition of So to Speak. And we're going to take this and roll it right into a damn chip chat right after So to Speak.
You got to. Just run it right in there. Kablow!
I just crushed like 2 sodas.
I know you did, bro. Oh, man.
I'm feeling it, Holmes. I'm telling you.
Am I going to have to drive you home?
Yeah, drive me to my bedroom.
Yeah.
So we've got a large cache of chips going on over here in the chip chat. And
you're lucky the government's not looking into you for hoarding chips.
that's true. And I really appreciate everybody thinking about me when they're out in the field and seeing cool new chips. We actually have a spreadsheet that
we do.
keeps track of all the chips that we do on the program.
Well, because we have a database and we have a team.
The Grown Man Record Night team, the family,
the street team.
Sweet Tea be hooking us up with the document, the XML files, where it keeps everything straight for us. So when we know we're out in the field, you know what we've done, you know what we've not done. So tonight,
that's what you need, man, and we're digging hard.
I'll tell you what, we're gonna start this one off tonight. If you don't know, cause you're from somewhere else now, Sunday they're gonna run the damn old Daytona 500.
And they're bringing back.
I tell you, old number 3.
They're bringing back number 3.
I tell you.
Yeah, it's the first time 3's
That's the guy that's got the pole. That
you
dude
don't
with
know?
the cowboy hat.
It takes a Yankee to tell you that?
And it starts.
What?
We'll start this off
I know, right?
from the KLN brand of Dale Jr. Foods Creole and green onion potato chips.
Oh,
Well, old damn Little E up there.
I mean, a brand to trust is Dale Jr.
I want to take this opportunity to read some type of mission statement from the Dale Jr.'s Foods website that I've.
Oh, you got it on the thing right here?
Knowing the importance of family, it's only necessary I align myself with people who share those same values. This is from Dale. This is from Dale Jr. now.
What are those same values?
That is why KLN Family Brands is a natural fit for me. Down-home goodness with a sense of community and kinship, KLN Family Brands brings generations of knowledge and passion to its products, always taking lessons from the past to make a better future. In other words, this is what KLN Family Brands was born to do, and that is something an Earnhardt can appreciate. And it even printed off to verify this whole situation.
Oh, there was a little janky signature.
It's a little Dale Jr. signature right there. That's legit.
Janky.
Dale Jr. dropped by. He signed off on my show notes.
A nice all the way around chip. Let's see.
What was that flavor again? Creole and green onion.
Creole and green onion potato chip.
I would like that. Okay, it's almost got a crab chip flavor to it.
No, I wouldn't say it has a crab.
You don't think so? It's kind of a bastardized barbecue with a little crab in it.
You think it's oh yeah, it's got that barbecue.
Pass them around. Those are pretty good.
I was hoping the chip would have more of a
Snap.
I was
The
hoping
problem
that,
is
yeah.
they taste a little wet.
Yeah, well, I mean, I expect more from Dale Jr. because I mean that's a brand I trust.
Well, as a Dale Jr. fan, I tell you, those chips run about where he runs normally.
Yeah.
Decent, decent, but not winning chip.
About a day late.
Decent, but a day late.
Yeah.
I'm a Dale Jr. fan now.
I know you are. I know you are.
Okay, we're going to conclude this
That's the one
chip
I've been
chat.
eyeing.
Now, our good friend Bad Benny also picked us up. He sent them out of the
Whoa.
park.
What's
4
he doing?
sodas and a bag of chips. This is our good friends from the Kettle brand, cheddar and beer flavor. Thought we'd done these. Turns out, dude at work had brought some in and we just shared them. We didn't actually do them on the program.
Yep.
So, look how you open Kettle brand, folks. I'm not going to sit here and open these like a retard like this,
No, because
like I've done in the past.
Because I did that one time.
That's not
I
how
did
you do
that.
it.
No.
That's not how you do it.
No.
It's got a little tear at the top
But I hate doing it like that. It feels wrong.
that make you want to eat the whole thing at a time. So that's how you do Kettle.
Well,
Don't end up looking like a bitch in front of your girl and try to open it all He-Man style. You'll end up looking like an idiot. I'm telling you from experience. So cheddar and beer. Let's see what these are about.
let's see what they're about. 0 gram, gluten free. That's what I'm talking about.
Gluten free, saving the earth, right? No dolphins are harmed in the production of
Gourmet recognize never.
ever.
Well,
Had a little tuna helper now here and there. That's pretty good. It's a nice and subtle chip. Let's pass it. Hold that guy up and pass him around.
I wish those other chips had this texture. Like
yeah, I think
that's
a good point. I think the Dale Jr. flavor, that green onion and Creole.
It could have been something.
You mix it with this texture, it would have been a home run.
It would have been all right. That's a nice thick chip. It's no joke.
Dale flying in off the corner. Turn 3.
Whoa. Well, if you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing.
That's where it is.
You know that.
What? That's what we do here at Grown Man Record Night.
Yeah,
we keep the wheels spinning and the beavers grinning. And we're clear.
Yowza.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Chip Chat. And we're going to conclude this Grown Man Record Night because we've covered some great records. We've covered some great record-type topics. Epic sodas.
You've done a lot of big things tonight.
Great chips. We want to make sure everybody goes to our YouTube channel and likes and subscribes.
It's so easy. I don't know why
we got a contest coming up. I'm kind of dragging my feet on the contest, but we're almost at 200. I'm thinking maybe wait for 200. And we're live at Ustream every Friday night. So
all the time.
If you're checking us out on YouTube, be sure to come hang out with us. If you're not doing shit on a Friday night, come check us out on Ustream.
It's a great thing to do if you're just chilling at the crib.
Even if you're in the car, man, you download the Ustream app.
You be in the park.
I've heard from Steve Fever personally, in the car, with your phone, Ustream app, Grown Man Record Night playing, it sounds as good as Sirius satellite radio. Because we're right off the board here, folks.
Yeah, we're up. I mean, well, we got the Studioplex, you know, the broadcast facility.
This is a legit broadcast facility.
Yeah, I mean, you think people throw this together like on a whim on a Friday night because they don't have anything else to do? No, this is how we pay the bills. Grown Man Record Night.
Other people have families and take care of their yards.
Yeah,
and I have studios.
Yeah, and you take care of studios and you mow the studio yards.
That's what happens. Okay, thanks for joining us on Grown Man Record Night. Catch us on the YouTube channel. Otherwise, we'll see you next week for another fantastic episode and another brilliant way to spend your Friday night live in the studio.
All the way live.
For Grown Man Record Night. We appreciate you.
Jesus, you're everything to me. You're the sunshine of my life. You're everything that's right. Jesus, you're the sweetest melody, refreshing as can be. Jesus, you're